And welcome back to the Gadget Spot.
Hey.
2 weeks later.
Ohio gozaimasu.
A much shorter episode this time. We apologize for the length of the last one.
Happy New Year.
We got rambly.
Yeah. It was
And Happy New Year.
I don't apologize.
I regret nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good for you
I
guys.
lack empathy, though.
Guys,
so.
we survived to 2018. I
Yeah.
mean, kudos to us.
Was
I don't want to
there-
say we're winners, but we are.
Was there a question that we wouldn't?
I don't
were
think
you?
that there was a question. I think there was a lot of elements that were against us in 2017.
I feel like he says that because he was conspiring to bring us down.
Yeah,
And it didn't work, so now he fake celebrates.
I've been putting more and more salt.
Congrats,
into your
guys!
guys'
I didn't kill you last year.
Me neither, and that's a
I didn't
real
think
thing.
I didn't think we'd make it.
Get ready.
Well,
Coming into a new year now.
thanks, James.
You're welcome.
Whoa.
have to keep my eye on you.
All right, let's introduce ourselves and go from there. Owen.
Hey, everybody. Good to be back. Happy New Year. You can follow me on Twitter at TechNoan. Sometimes I get on there to block people, but I won't block you. So follow me, and I'll send out some funny tweets sometimes. Anyway, that's it.
And when he says sometimes, he means sometimes.
Sometimes, like
You
rarely.
playing any games?
I got into a stupid game with my kid called Lego Worlds over the holiday because we got it for Christmas, and it is mind-numbing, but it's pretty fun. So check it out.
Lego World, is that
Lego
on Xbox?
Lego World. It's on Xbox. It is just mindless. More Lego. These.
Is it like Minecraft for Legos?
It's not quite.
Is that the one? Oh no, I'm thinking of Lego Dimensions. Never mind.
Yes, we did get Lego Dimensions too. We picked
How do you
up
like
for-
that? That's like the
Having a-
Skylanders.
It's Skylanders. It's the
For Legos,
Lego
right?
ripoff of Skylander. We haven't hooked it up yet. We opened up Lego Worlds first, so that's on the docket soon. But it's a fun game to play with your kids. So
Really selling it, buddy.
If you got kids, work
You're
it
saying
out.
without kids it wouldn't be that good?
No, it's really not.
Well, there you
I
go.
just
You don't wait till your kid goes to sleep and then turn it on and play it by yourself.
No. I think I'm a little sick of this whole Lego train of them taking everything and just Legoizing it into a game and
Well,
making
We're only
just
like 3
loads
movies
of money.
deep, dude.
no. The games have been out for years.
Years,
And
they've said.
it's the same
All
game
of them, just
every time
exactly.
with a
Well,
different skin.
I
Yep.
agree, but to an extent, if you've ever played any of the Lego Batman games, holy moly, they have every character.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's what they do.
That's why the kids love them because
Yeah.
they're like, I could be the Flash, I could be Superman. But
They cram it
is-
full of characters
Ugh.
and put a different coat of paint on it.
Yep.
But they're essentially the same games.
You're
Yeah.
right. Let's just make it how it was in our childhood, where we would always run home, turn on Fox 13, and hope that we made it enough time for the 90s
yeah,
X-Men.
and you can't save. That's the other one. You can't save.
Do you remember the theme song that when you turn on the TV, if you hear "Brrrr-doo-doo,"
X-Men.
Yep.
Boom.
Don't make me do the rest of that because I got it confused with Star Trek in my mind right there.
Boo-doo-doo. Boo-doo-doo. Do-do-do-do. Sorry. Anyway.
Oh, I loved it when the guitar comes in. Yep. Yeah.
That's the one.
I rewatched that cartoon a couple years ago.
I have it.
Yeah.
Does it hold up? Some episodes, maybe?
Well, I
Dude.
can't say because I enjoyed them as a kid, so it's so nostalgic for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not partial.
Well, that's a fair
Impartial.
answer.
Jared, introduce yourself.
Hey guys, I'm Jarron. You can find me on Twitter at Jarron. I've been tweeting more lately, mostly because Star Wars came out, and I'm passionate about Star Wars. And if you make fun of Star Wars, I will block you, never talk to you again.
Ooh.
It's true. He blocks me almost every day.
Then thinks better about it and unblocks you.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Actually, since this movie came out, I haven't been making fun of Star Wars.
I know
really, 'cause
we've grown closer.
I really like this one.
Yeah. So I've been playing a lot of Battlefront 2. I beat the campaign. I beat the DLC. I've been playing the multiplayer.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
What would you give it out of 10? Just the campaign.
The campaign?
Yeah.
I'd give it a 6. I loved it.
What? out of 10?
Yeah.
All right.
That's low.
I mean, if it was any other game, I would totally give it a 6. But because it's Star Wars, I loved it. And
So you'd still give it a 6?
maybe an 8 for me personally.
A Jaron 8,
A Jarron
Public 6.
Jump in, guys. The green milk sucked from a monster's teat is fine.
I liked his like conspiratorial like wink when he
Yeah.
did that. He was like, "How do you like that?"
Yeah, you gonna do this too?
We got away
Follow
with
me around and drink from this tea?
yeah. We got away with putting this giant alien boob on TV.
It's so pressurized
Yeah,
too.
he was just like, and the thing was just like, kill me.
I read
No, the thing looked like it liked it.
Yeah.
It looks like
It probably did.
Luke was its favorite part of the
Yeah,
day.
he was like,
Oh,
well,
here
it
it comes.
was
Here he
probably
comes.
all
Yes.
pressurized. Like,
Give me a-
finally the pressure's been relieved.
give me a cigarette.
I read the making of that, and there's two guys in that monster costume with like this whole pressurized milk delivery system that they had to put on that island
Oh my
in the middle of
gosh.
nowhere.
That's funny.
Yeah. So I've been playing that, and like I said, I've been enjoying it. I also played Horizon Zero Dawn for like an hour
A
last
whole
night.
hour.
Yeah.
Nice.
And there was this monster that could cloak itself and was laying
Oh,
bombs everywhere.
The
And
stalkers,
it,
man.
yeah, it kicked my butt,
Those
but
are-
I finally killed it after about 10 tries.
Those are hard. Even as you get later on in the game, those are the ones that I usually avoid. I'm
Yeah.
just like, I don't even want to mess with this thing, and I'll run the other way.
So it was this side quest that I accidentally started doing. I'm only level 10, so I'm not even that far into it. And it was the side quest that accidentally started. I'm like, I don't want to do this, but I got to finish it.
Yep.
So then I finished it, and I finished it good.
Nice. James.
Cool. What's up, guys? My name is James. You can catch me on Twitter at JDD Jensen. JDD is for ADD, obviously. You can catch me on X. You know what? You can't catch me on Xbox. You know, I haven't turned that thing on in almost 2 months now because I got my new computer.
You built a gaming rig.
I built a gaming rig. I like how that's I built a editing rig,
Oh, right.
but then I realized
They're the
how
same
good
thing.
the games look on
They're the same
on the monitors.
PC
and then,
Master Race.
Yeah. No, I get the hype for the PC Master Race
I have
now.
a question for you.
What's up?
You tweeted a picture of a cat on your desk.
Yes.
And your monitors. Your Samsung monitor was upside down.
Yes.
Why?
Because obviously this is podcast that you guys are listening to, but the mount for the to mount it onto your computer or onto the spine is all the way up at the top, and so like when I mounted it, if you guys can look, it was maybe
cannot
hovering
look.
like 6 to 7 inches off of my desk,
Oh, you wanted it higher?
and I wanted it at least taller than my speakers. My
Yeah.
how do you
Klipsch.
Klipsch speakers?
But doesn't it bother you the logo's upside down?
I'm gonna put black tape over
I
it.
was gonna say.
I had to stop
tape
looking at that picture after 20 minutes because it
Yeah.
bothered me so
after
much.
20 minutes.
You looked at it for 20 minutes?
That's weird.
I was bored.
It was because of Gouda's in it, right?
Yeah.
My cat.
Uh-huh.
He does that.
Yeah, you can catch me on my YouTube page, RDPOV, that stands for Red Devil Point of View. We're actually going to attempt to enter something into that X96 Film Festival.
Hey, I need to watch your latest video, the saddest picture one. I saw it come through. But
We kind of brainstormed over what we wanted to do for this last one, and we thought we nailed it, but you guys know, like sometimes when you're thinking of something, it sounds funnier when with execution. It turned out good, but it's just film festival quality. I'm not 100% sure.
Isn't
You know
there
what
a
I mean?
conflict of interest if you entered that?
I texted him. I texted Carrie and said, "Hey, is it cool? I want to enter this, but I don't want there to be like a conflict of interest." And he actually, apparently, Richie's the one that oversees. Carrie judges it,
Right.
But
Richie
like
organizes it.
I think Carrie is a solid enough person to take
He'll be
bias out of it.
Yeah, objective.
Yeah.
He'll be objective.
Well, and he's not the only judge
Right.
too.
Hey, there's no problem being mean to you.
No, Carrie's probably the nicest.
Yeah,
to-
Carrie's
to
like
James.
way nice to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just assumed.
It's mostly just Jarron.
Oh.
He doesn't even know me.
It's mostly everybody on this podcast.
Oh, meaning
Oh.
mean
Jared,
James.
if anything,
Got
has
it.
gotten nicer to me.
Well, that's
I
because
have. I
that's
respect you
when you start at a level 10 mean,
mostly.
anything else is
Right.
nicer than
He
that.
set the bar so high so he could fall this year and be nicer.
He just has to not try as much,
Yeah.
and he's automatically nicer.
So yeah, catch me on my YouTube channel, Red Devil Point of View.
You're trying to be mean on behalf of me, and I don't support that.
I'm trying to make the intros go faster, Tony.
It was a good try.
We also have a host.
Hey, I'm the host. Check me out on Twitter at QuadTTony, or always here on the Gadget Spot, or every week on the Geek Show podcast.
Woo! Which is having their 10-year
10-year anniversary this year.
in
Yeah.
like 4 months.
Yep.
You playing any games?
I am, like Jarron, I played about an hour of Horizon Zero Dawn yesterday. I played like 2 hours. And then a lot of
Good
hours,
for you.
a lot of hours in the weeks before that.
Ah,
I'm on the very last mission, and as far
seriously,
as
do you have the DLC?
no, not yet.
Oh, you
But
should get
I'll
that before because it happens prior to the end.
Oh, it does?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. So you should
Which-
get that,
which-
then do the end.
I don't feel like
I might do that then.
is good for
Yeah.
a game to have. I feel like DLC is something you need to play like afterwards, or that's separate from the story.
I guess it probably fills in story gaps or something. Jarron, is that?
I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna get it now then. But I have maxed out the character, level 50. Every unlock is unlocked, and I think I've done all the side quests too, aside from like finding a couple different little thingies you got to find.
So I'm assuming
You got to
this
find
game,
those thingies.
I got to find the thingies, and this game is actually I haven't enjoyed a game this much since Witcher 3. Like,
I thought you liked the Wolfenstein.
oh,
game
I liked it a
much.
lot, but
Not as
I
much
think
as
I like
Horizon?
this one more. Yeah, Simon, get off the table,
Hey, buddy.
bad kitty.
That's what Tony calls James sometimes.
So, anyway, it's really, really, really good. Really good game.
And the graphics are so great
It's
on the
gorgeous.
PS4 Pro.
It's just gorgeous. So I can't recommend that game enough. In fact, I think I put Zelda as my 2017 game of the year last episode too. But I'm going to amend that. My game of the year for 2017 is hands down Horizon Zero Dawn.
Is that a PS4 like exclusive?
Exclusive, yeah.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie.
So many PS4 exclusives.
Between
Right.
Horizon Zero Dawn and that new Spider-Man game, if that new Spider-Man game turns out to be really, really good, I might think about buying a older PS4.
Guys, are there any good games coming out for the Xbox One this
PUBG.
next year?
Halo 6 sometime.
Dude,
no,
I
there's
have-
not.
There really isn't.
I pre-ordered.
Well, maybe Crackdown 3.
What's
It's got
that
potential. What's Crackdown?
about? I know nothing about Crackdown.
It's a open world in a big city, but you play a superpowered cop, part of a superpowered.
Isn't that just Saints Row 4,
no?
except a gang person?
Well, you don't have powers. Oh, and Saints Row 4 you do, but that's because you're in a VR simulator.
Are you, though?
Yeah.
How do you know we're not all in a VR simulator right now?
We might be.
we probably
It
are.
might be VR inside of VR. Anyway, Crackdown looks like it might be good, but that's about the only. I think there's one other one that I'm not thinking of that might be good, but yeah, Sony has the exclusives nailed down, lock, stock, and barrel.
So many.
Right
What
now.
about Wii? When are we going to find out when Wii titles for this year outside of like Metroid?
You mean
Wii?
Switch?
Oh gosh, dang it, Switch! I'm so deep into the Skyrim hole right now that like I don't know anything else. But like, what else is coming out? If I didn't have
I don't think
Skyrim,
Metroid's coming out this
No.
year.
No, that's 2019, isn't it?
Probably.
Like Q1
I want
or
it
something
so
like that?
bad.
I think Kirby something's coming out and Yoshi something.
I don't care about Kirby.
Yeah, I think Jaron's right on
Ouch.
those.
Is Kirby gender neutral?
Yeah,
I
I
think
think he's
Kirby-
probably in demand because he can be whatever he wants.
Kirby
you know?
might be genderless. I don't think he has a gender, or she, or he, or it. I don't know.
They,
Yeah,
them.
but I think there's some. Although, what's coming out for the PS4 this year that looks that good?
Are you kidding me? The
There's
Spider-Man game?
Days Gone and Spider-Man.
Aren't they coming out? Whoa! What about Last of Us 2? Is that coming out
Oh
this year?
yeah,
Last of Us 2
is that
and
coming out
that
this year?
and that game by Kojima. What's it called? Death
Death
Stranding.
Stranding.
That's 3 games.
I'm scared of
In
Death
1
Stranding.
year.
Isn't that Norman Reedus naked
Yeah.
on a beach baby
Yeah.
game?
So that's 3 huge games in 1 year.
Yeah.
That's a good year.
Well, we don't know
that's
how
good
huge
times.
that Norman Reedus game is going to be. It's kind of weird.
He makes good games.
Norman Reedus has never made a game.
No,
Yeah.
Kojima.
Oh, okay.
Do you think the
does,
Switch
he-
is going to get Netflix this year? Because it
Who
had
cares
Hulu.
about that?
It might. I'll tell you what, though. Speaking of PlayStation, it also dominated the January free games month.
I know, it's giving away Deus Ex.
Deus Ex: Mankind Divided, fantastic
Wow,
game.
that's
And
I've heard
it
that's
gave
really
away
good.
Metal Gear Solid 5 a couple months ago.
Yeah, that was a good one too. But not to be overlooked as well, the second game, the Batman Telltale game, that's a great game. I've played that one all the way through on the Xbox, and if you're a Batman fan, that's a fantastic.
Wait,
little
which game? Batman what?
Just Batman.
Oh,
the
the
Telltale.
Oh, that was
It's
good.
really good.
Are there any good third-party games coming out this year? Because I have like a lot of Xbox credit, and I have a new system, and I really want to spend it.
I think there are.
Okay.
I just can't remember them right now.
Good.
I just
Uh,
want some Halo 6 news. That's
Oh,
all.
no
I just
kidding.
want some news on it. I'll take anything at
Me
this point. It's
too.
like George R. R. Martin's next book. Come on, just
Just give me a morsel.
anything.
A little morsel.
I just want it to be better than the last one.
I don't predict that it will be because it looks like they set it up to be like a cinematic trilogy.
Yeah, at this point, you're just playing a movie.
I am. But I really
It's like
like
Uncharted.
With zero
But I
I
just-
don't have,
I just
don't
need
have a
to
problem with that.
I just need to finish it now though. Like I need more of
See,
the story.
that doesn't bother me when I'm playing certain games, but Halo, I don't know.
That's how every single Uncharted game is. A cinematic movie.
Yeah,
Well, every movie's cinematic.
Yeah, you're right.
It's like
you're
it's
right.
like a game movie, and it's so great, and I love it because of that reason.
Yeah,
So
me and
if
my-
Halo did that, I'm fine with it.
Me and my kids played through Halo 3, and we're almost through Halo 4 now. So, and I forgot how good the story was. So Halo 3 was the last one Bungie did, right?
No spoilers.
Well, yes,
No,
but they also did Reach,
Right.
which was a
Halo 3.
prequel.
So, but but in the main story arc,
yeah.
and then Halo 4 came along, and I feel like Bungie wrote that for 343 Studios, and then just handed it to them. And then Halo 5 came out, and you got to see the real writing potential of 343 Studios, and it was like a dumpster fire. So
It's like Bungie's over here, and then the other half, 343 Studios. They just need to like recombine and create the original Panic at the Disco and put out a good album.
you know, I don't disagree.
I get
No,
the impression
totally
that
don't look at the
343.
reference.
I get the impression
you
343.
don't know who Panic at the Disco is?
I do. They're an emo band. I was trying
I knew
to
it.
hide it.
Don't hide it, don't hide it, Owen.
I was trying to hide it.
Don't hide it. I get the impression that 343 wanted to create a character that they could pass the torch to.
Right.
And that's who they wanted Locke to be.
Yeah.
But he's not nearly as cool as.
Well, they pushed out
Master
that
Chief.
TV. Did you guys watch the TV show, the live action?
Yeah.
That was actually
That was good.
pretty good.
It was
and then
good,
they
except the
pooped
problem.
on it.
The problem is, well, not the only problem, but it bugged me a lot. The guy they had playing Locke in the TV show, and they modeled his face after him in the game, but they got a different voice actor.
Yeah.
They couldn't get the same guy to do the voice.
Oh.
Wasn't that guy like relatively inexpensive? I'm assuming. I haven't seen him in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's not.
He's that African American guy, right?
Yeah, that one.
What?
You know,
Yeah.
like when.
Locke's a black guy.
Yeah.
He's a black guy.
Yep.
Anyway, you said it like he's the only one around, though.
He was the only one in the group.
Here's what I think they should.
There was also an Asian one.
Yeah. Okay. In the context of the group, yes, he's the African American one.
What other
In the
group would I be talking about?
The rest
I'm
of the
talking
world.
about
The rest of
Juggalos.
the rest of the world.
Is that the Mike Coulter character?
Yeah, Mike Coulter is the actor.
So Luke Cage.
Luke
Yeah.
Cage.
Yeah.
Luke Cage,
And I wonder if that. Oh,
the African American one.
It was way done before they started filming
Digging a hole,
Luke
man.
Cage. I don't know.
Yeah.
What they should have done, if you ask me, Nathan Fillion will do anything. They should have
Seriously.
made him the main
And
character.
he tou- and the
Oh,
things he
I wish he
touches-
was everything.
Yeah.
And the things
Especially
he touches,
Nathan Drake.
The things he touches turn to gold.
I know.
mean, they're great.
So they should have had Buck be the person that carries
Yeah.
the torch, and I think that fans would have been more behind that
Because Nathan Fillion's kind of been in it, like
yeah,
historically.
he's got
like,
history in the series already.
And do you know what else fans would have loved? Nathan Fillion as Nathan Drake. Because
Yeah.
he was pretty much modeled after Nathan Fillion anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
Nathan
he's too-
Fillion could
He
have
even
lost
looks like him.
a
Now
lot of
he's
weight.
too old.
Yeah, he's too old.
Yeah,
He's-
I know,
yeah.
I know.
Speaking of games,
They,
though,
they could have Fillion play Sully Sullivan.
It'd be something.
Anyway, what were you saying?
there's a
Jake?
game that's coming out for Switch that looks fantastic. If you have an opportunity to look it up, it's called Light Fingers. I actually emailed the studio because I thought it was so cool. It's like this, like 3D clay almost.
Oh, is that the clay game I've been seeing?
No, but
that's-
I know what
that's a
you're
different
talking
one.
about. Yeah, the Play-Doh one, right? Where you're a ball and you just
Yeah.
try to like
You
shoot it
roll
and
over stuff?
I sent that to you like forever ago, and I got like the only response was like, "That's made with the clay engine." I was like, "It's a cool looking game." Whatever.
I don't understand how it's a game. First of all, though, it just looks like it kind of reminds me of Katamari Damacy.
It reminds me of Goat Simulator.
Or,
it's a game that you
even
just
that.
play it
It's
to
just a
do
physics
it.
ball.
Also
Yeah.
played that a lot over this last week.
Goat Sim?
Yeah, Goat
What's
Sim.
it like?
It
What-
is horrible. It's
Like-
awful. It
like
is
horribly
for-
good.
No, if you, my kids,
It's a time
freaking
waster.
love it.
It's a time waster.
Is
for
it? You
sure.
just go around and try to wreck shit?
there's
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah,
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
Basically, the coolest thing I saw was when my daughter climbed to the very top of this tower and jumped off and licked a hang glider as it was flying
What?
around, and then just got towed around the world.
Amazing.
She just because your tongue is like a grappling hook, so it just hooked onto the glider, and she's like, "Check this out."
Look at
Like
me.
all smug, she was like,
me.
She's like, I'm just flying around. I'm like, she's just whipping around like crazy. The game engine, they even say when you download it, by the way, this is glitchy and we're not fixing it, so good luck.
Well, that
Well,
adds to the charm.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
best meme that I saw with that game, because it came out around the same time as No Man's Sky. It was, or maybe I don't know, but it's just like this game promises nothing but gives you everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Versus like No Man's Sky will promise everything, give you
Yep.
nothing.
Yeah.
It is
That-
exactly right.
That meme came out around the same time as No Man's Sky, but
Whoa.
oh, Simon,
Simon is creating some.
gosh dang it!
He just left. So Simon is Tony's cat, and he just knocked over the
Can he be
garbage
the
can
mascot?
somehow.
Yeah, sure.
Of Gadget Spot?
Sure.
Sweet.
But Goat Sim's been out for like 3 years.
Yeah.
That game is actually
It's got lots of
fairly
plugins
Is it?
too, like
Yeah.
add-ons you can get.
Is it made by the same people who do like Train Simulator and stuff?
old. I can't remember the name
Seems
of
like
the
an
company.
intern game. Like, hey, go keep them busy.
Well, no. If I remember correctly, the origins of Goat Simulator is it was made in a week as like a tech demo
oh, really?
for some reason.
And then it just got
And then
popular.
It just got popular, so they're like, okay, well, we'll release
I
this.
thought it was like an intern thing, like how Valve had their interns
Yeah.
make Portal, and then like the people who make the sim games are like, hey, get some interns together. Let's see what they can come up with.
It's just maddening because there's literally no point to it. Like, and so I go down there and I want to play a game to completion, or I want to do something, and
There's no way to complete this
there's
game.
and you can just get sidetracked. I mean, the one cool thing is finding all the weird little Easter eggs and weird crap that you can do randomly. I guess that's kind of fun.
Yeah, but I'm just looking through a lot of the Switch games that they've said that are going to come out this year, and
Oh,
I don't really
so
recognize a lot of them.
I found it. Goat Simulator started as a joke prototype from an internal 1-month game jam held by Coffee Stain Studios.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, they're just like, let's see what we can build in a month. And then it just,
How many people are on that team, though? That's what I want to know.
I don't know.
Didn't we forget
Patreon and email?
Oh, yeah. We
I got
rolling.
Patreon pulled up right here. I just thought you were talking. We were still talking from the beginning. so.
Yeah. That was a really long intro from Tony. That's
But what is
way to
Patreon
go.
though? It is crazy.
Hey, we got a suggestion from a listener.
What?
For a one-liner here. It's like a digital tip jar for your favorite content creators.
Bam.
And that's from the
Actually-
the Mac Jezza on Twitter.
Yeah, that's
Good.
perfect.
Yep. Okay, that's Patreon. Digital tip jar for your favorite creators.
If you donate over a certain amount, we call you out as a tech daddy or a tech mommy. And here are the call outs. Thank you so much, AJ Jasper. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Aaron Harris and David Osuna. Thank you. Roger Allen, Jeffrey Kale, and Tommy Rowe. Thank you so much. Thank you to Dan Clark, Million Ants Man. Thank you, Ryan Baker and Adam Hecht. Thank you so much to David Broshinsky, Michael Beck, and Taserface. I freaking love that. Who is Kelby Criswell. Thank you so much to Casey Daly, Johnny Rios, Derek Allred. Thank you so much to We Do Care, Owen, Brian Lee, Matt Nilsson, Lindsay Lucas. Thank you so much to Kevin G. Eccles, Ryan McQueen, and Valentine. Thank you so much to Austin Beauregard, who has the perfect life, Conrad Southworth, and Spencer Knowlton. And to all the other Patreons that did not select that category, still, thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it. And just a quick heads up, I have your December Patreon stuff finally, and it's a little bit of a letdown. So
just like our podcast.
No,
Hey.
it's awesome. It's just smaller than we anticipated.
Just like our podcast.
So I'm gonna type up a personal letter to you guys. All of us are gonna sign it, and I'm gonna include that. So just keep an eye on your mail. If you haven't received it by the end of the month, just shoot me a personal email at jddjensen jddjensen@gmail.com, or just direct message me on Twitter if you haven't gotten it by the end of the month, and I'll put out a reminder at the end of the month too. So
Sweet.
And
Cool.
we got a message from AJ Jasper. If you guys don't remember, he offered a free PlayStation or Xbox card,
What for?
Xbox Live or PlayStation Network,
For the winner.
for the winner of fantasy football.
Oh yeah, hey, that was pretty fun, James. I really appreciate that you started that league up. I would never, ever have done that.
And anyway,
otherwise.
the winner's name is Jackson,
Yeah,
and Jackson.
which is kind of interesting because I'm looking at it and it says the manager is McCade.
weird. The winner is Jackson. It was the team, the Rebels.
Yeah, so
which
Jackson,
I lost to at the end.
McCade.
get in contact with us, and we'll put you in contact with AJ Jasper
Yeah.
so he can get you your prize.
Direct message us.
And huge thanks to AJ Jasper for doing that. That's awesome.
You the man, AJ.
Didn't we have a giveaway? Or sorry, Owen did rub it in people's faces.
Oh, wait, so James,
Who are the podium standers
So,
and the not podium standers?
who's the third team there? Do you have it up right now?
Let me pull it up
Yeah, pull it up, James.
really quick. I gotta go to.
I want to hear
Not
the
my roster. No, I need to go to league. I need to go to league, and then where's standings? I can't find standings.
This is the guy that organized it, everyone. Organized this event.
Just going to drag my feet on this a little bit.
Okay, I got it here. So,
Owen already got it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, Owen won, just like usual.
so the top was
I found it.
the top was McCade actually. That's the Rebels. And then I came in second, and Salvador, his team came in third. Let's
Not Jackson.
what? Yeah, McCade, isn't it McCade?
That's
Yeah,
what
it's
it says.
McCade.
Is his real name Jackson something?
Oh.
Anywho, whoever
Maybe
was the
McCade.
Rebels, get in
Yes.
contact with
The
us.
Rebels.
So, but James, do you have the league up?
Nope.
Okay, let me scroll down to the bottom. The bottom here, the 14th place, 3-11.
I still won 3 games.
You did.
Okay?
You did.
I won 3 games.
You know who's better than you? The Jazz.
Ouch. You take that back right now. They play a lot more games.
I don't know how it happened. In your estimation, how did that happen? Because you seemed like
suck.
you seemed
I
like
suck at this game.
you've done it.
I
You
don't know
said
why I play fantasy football. I suck.
you said you've done it like lots of years. And was it the draft pick? Because I missed out on that, and mine auto
No,
drafted.
I did fantastic on the draft.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't look.
And
like
then all
it.
my teams sucked. Should have named them like the Dumpster Babies or something because I suck.
They just had a bad year, right? Like it was really just unlucky for you.
I suck at this
No,
game.
no, you'll do better next year.
No,
It's
you know
okay.
what? Here's the thing with
I will
Owen.
I will never do better than
Here's
this,
the thing with
than
Owen.
this
Weren't
time.
you a dumpster baby?
Here's the thing with Owen. Is no, I was never technically thrown away. I was handed off. There might have been a fumble in there
Oh,
somewhere.
like, here's this precious gift. Have it.
Yeah, precious.
Not like this.
Why are you
is
being
trash.
nice to me now?
I'm all over the place.
All right. Gosh dang it. So I just suck at this. And here's the other thing too: is next year if we do it,
Right.
we need to have some kind of a penalty for last place.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Because I get halfway through and I'm like, these guys suck. I suck at this game. I already have enough things like telling me that I suck in my life.
Logins drastically decrease for you.
Yeah.
into the
Isn't
app.
that penalty enough?
No.
Being last place. No, I can deal with this. I'll shake it off. I got
Yeah.
my 0 calorie
You're
drink
drinking
right
this?
here.
You just drank a Rockstar.
Yeah.
You go
Monster.
caffeine crazy.
No,
today.
it was only like a quarter left from yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah. It stayed cold in my car overnight because
I
it's
gotcha.
freezing here.
Yeah.
Well, it was. I appreciate it because I would have never done this anyway.
Yeah, but here's the thing with Owen. Here's the thing. Owen's just like, I'm an average American, right?
Yeah.
I eat pizza every now and then.
That
it's
is
great.
a very accurate description.
And then he's like, but I think I might like this. Fast forward to dedicating like dozens of hours researching forums, probably goes to the dark web a little bit. Be honest.
On occasion,
How much,
Yeah.
How much football's on the dark web? Come on.
How much football is not on the dark web?
enough to
A
buy
lot.
enough to buy James's login and improve my own trades.
Heyo.
Jokes. I didn't.
Did
do
you really do that?
No, I didn't.
I'm going to be honest. I think you might have the capability of planting something on my computer through Tony's router to get all my passwords. So like, whatever.
I'm not that capable.
You give him way too much credit.
Yeah, but I'll take it.
I don't know. You know how to put a tomato on a router, so
That's not hard.
You just grab a tomato,
Yeah.
put it on the
I
router.
go to the grocery store, buy a tomato, put it on top of my
I'm
router.
gonna
Who
take a
cares?
picture of that later and tweet it to Owen.
I did it. I updated my firmware to tomato.
I put tomato on my router.
Can I say my favorite thing about Owen is like every time I get drunk, I just go at Owen, but with love.
on Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh, on Twitter.
on Twitter.
Good
Yeah.
thing you're never drunk in the same room with Owen.
That's
Because you would just
weird.
go
You
on
know
him
who's
in the
the
same
best?
room.
Owen's the best, guys.
My wife thought they were hilarious this last time, and she's like, "Are you gonna answer?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll answer."
Yeah, you answered me one thing. You said, "Ha ha ha ha."
Yeah,
Guess who's drinking?
yeah.
It was him. Was it him?
It was him.
I knew it.
I said something about spirits, and you laughed at that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh,
Yeah.
something about being deep into the spirits or something.
I was like,
that.
somebody's had his spirits.
Yeah, that's what it was. We did have a message on Twitter as well from who?
From Nick Frankum.
Nick Frankum.
Frankum Sense. That's pretty clever.
That is
Yeah.
clever.
That's his Twitter handle.
Frankly, that's clever.
He said, "What's your top 5 gaming headsets for PC? Looking to upgrade and wanted ones with more bass/boom."
Or you want some wub wub?
Dude, the Calypso speakers that you recommended to me.
They're great, huh?
Holy moly, the bass on
Yeah,
that.
man.
It's awful.
No, it's great.
I'm sitting in my bedroom and my wife's listening to Kesha.
You can always turn the bass down.
Yeah,
Can't
then
turn
she'll
Ke-
it back up.
You
Those are
can't turn the
headphones
bass
that I
down on
You
Kesha.
can't turn Kesha down.
No.
No.
You guys are saying it wrong. It's Ke $ ha.
Aha.
That's how you spell it, or how you say it. All right, so I have a list here of my favorite 5 PC headphones, and some of these are based on just what I've read, and some of them I have used as well. Because honestly, I don't have the kind of money that I could buy all 5 of these. So,
What are you talking about? You got that Geek Show money, man.
What?
You could buy all these.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
No, they don't. They don't pay him.
We'll start at least expensive to most expensive. The Corsair Gaming Void Pro Surround headset is pretty dang good. Corsair puts out a couple different headsets, and these ones go for about $60. These are the non-RGB ones, so you could spend a little more money and get that RGB bling if you want. But
Why would you want RGB on your headphones?
I don't know.
Isn't
honestly.
that just lights?
Because
Yeah.
you can't see it
Yeah.
I just
when
had
it's on your head.
I
It'd
just
be
had
distracting in your peripheral.
I just
I
had
know.
G in my last gaming headset for
Just-
Xbox,
just
the
green.
green, and it was super distracting, especially
Yeah.
if you play in a dark room.
Right.
Yeah. So those are great for the money. Steel Series actually puts out some really nice headphones. The Arctis 5 and the Arctis 7. I prefer the Arctis 7 because they have the 7.1 surround as well. These are wireless. Wait, no. Are they? No. Yeah. Lag-free wireless audio. I thought so. These run for about $150. Oh, I skipped the next step up. We'll get back to we'll. So it's not in order. Never mind.
This is a disaster.
This
Are
is
you
a
okay,
disaster.
Tony?
I forgot to order my tabs. Okay, so these have very high ratings. Whenever I've read about them, people love these Steel Series Arctis 7 wireless. So those are a very good option. For around the $100 range, you have the Razer Man of War headsets. These are wired, but Razer. So a lot of people like to knock on Razer as a brand.
I have a Razer headset.
Yeah, you have a set of the Krakens, right?
Kraken V2.
I got a Razer
think.
keyboard.
And I like it.
Shave with
it's
the
not
Razer.
I
bad.
was gonna say people dog on Razer, but they put out some quality stuff. If you ask me.
I've got a Razer triple screen laptop.
Oh, you're the one that stole
That was
it,
me.
huh? Oh.
Ah, jokes.
Statute of limitations is over.
And I've got
Right.
You can't get me now.
I've got one of the Razer Chroma mechanical keyboards, and it's fantastic.
I got
love
your
it.
old crazy.
Yeah, my old Razer keyboard.
Yeah, it all came out at the same time.
It's
All the words tried to exit at once.
Black Widow mechanical keyboard 2012 edition, I think, something like that.
Sure.
So,
That's a
so you
good
think
one.
those Razer headphones are up to snuff then? I mean,
I do. Razer is known for having decent bass, so because they use 50
A
millimeter.
lot of whoop.
They use 50 millimeter drivers instead of most places use 40s.
Yeah.
And so you can get more bass out of them. So yeah, that's around the $100 range. And
Skip
then
to the really good ones, Tony.
for about 140-ish. I like the Logitech stuff. The high-end Logitech stuff is usually the G9 something series.
Logitech always looks like something out of the Andromeda.
Yeah, I
You know,
could see
what
that.
were those games called? Freaking Space
Mass Effect.
Space Effect
Mass Effect.
off the Nintendo
Space Effect.
games.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
These ones run anywhere from like 120 to 140.
Those seriously look like they just took 2 mouses and then
They
just
look a lot like. Well, they have a. I mean, yeah, I have a mouse right here from them, and they look very similar.
Yeah.
The design,
the color scheme. Look at
but I've actually had a pair of the 630s. I think they are. I've used them for a long time, and they've been good. This is the higher end version of them, and I like those for around $100 as well. But the creme de la creme of PC headphones is James actually has a pair of
that.
these.
I actually got a pair of those.
Sennheiser Game 1 gaming headset.
Yeah.
They're wired, so
But on
Yeah.
a PC, it's not as big of a deal.
But
yeah,
the thing is
it's
the-
usually sitting close.
Even the wire on them has the,
high
the
quality
weaving.
Yeah, the braiding.
Yeah, the braiding, and it's they're so. I actually use it for my Nintendo Switch when I'm laying in bed playing.
Okay, yeah.
And it's great because I can still kind of hear outside of them. So if my wife is doing something on TV, so if you want noise canceling, obviously these aren't for you.
Right.
But
So here's the thing. There's 2 kinds you can get from Sennheiser. There's some that are closed cup and some that are open cup. Now, the open cup ones have vents on the side. So what that does basically is you're going to get a better, wider sound stage.
Right.
So it feels like the sounds are actually around you versus
It's
inside your
fantastic.
head.
When I'm in the dungeon, I know where the wizards are.
Yeah.
Wait.
Because I can hear them talking.
You have a dungeon in your house?
No, it's
In
in
the
Skyrim, man.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, I
So-
can hear where they at.
And it has a little more air circulation, so you're less prone to get sweaty
Sex dungeon.
on your. Yeah, you would think that, Jaron.
Well, and they're not
Um,
made with leather. I
and
know
the-
some
yeah, they're
people
made with
prefer leather,
I
but
don't
they're
because
cloth.
Their cloth ones are nicer because
These are
I get
leather,
sweaty
Because they absorb sweat, so you can have that smell with you all the time.
Yeah, you know, like you like.
Mm.
So you can get
Musk.
close cup ones as well. They're a little bit cheaper from Sennheiser, but
Go with the high end. You're gonna get
um,
them.
and they're still excellent. They just don't have as wide of a sound stage, and
Didn't you just say that?
not as much air circulation.
Mm.
So I'm actually probably going to be in the market sometime fairly soon for a new headset, and
And
I
I
think
keep-
I'm going to go with these Sennheisers.
I keep meaning to bring them up. I'll bring them up next time you shoot me a text message. The only thing that I haven't tried is the microphone on it, but I can't imagine that they didn't nail the microphone, considering I have Sennheiser wireless speaker receivers
Yeah.
for work,
Well,
and they're
and-
like the high-end ones.
Right, and the thing that makes these interesting compared to the other ones is every other one I described is a peripheral manufacturer that decided to make a headphone.
Yep.
Whereas Sennheiser
That's
is
their deal.
they are
That's what they
headphone and speakers and microphone based company, and they decided to make a gaming peripheral, not the other way around. So they come to the table with sound knowledge
Experience.
and experience above
From like
everyone
super
else.
high-end phone conferencing stuff.
So if you're in like the film industry or even the sound industry at all, you'll recognize names like Rode microphones, whatever this is. I forget what this is.
Behringer.
But Sennheiser is like it's the high end.
Yep.
If it's like
It's
$100 more, but you're paying for the
and it's not the highest high end
No,
by
no,
any
no.
means, but it's still high end. It's very nice. But yeah, for these, you're looking at about $250.
Yeah.
worth it.
So-
So worth it.
There's a headset for Xbox One I really want because you know how Xbox debuted the truly wireless?
Yeah.
You don't have to plug in a dongle to it. It just
Yeah.
connects automatically. Turtle Beach Stealth 600. I want that so bad. It's only $90 on Amazon right now, but connects automatically to the Xbox. No wires. It
I
looks
need
great.
that.
I've been looking at those too, actually, but I have a pair of Turtle Beach X800s that I got for a really good deal back when Best Buy was
Yeah.
closing out some of them.
I bought those too, but then
You did?
I canceled my order.
Oh, that's right. You
Yeah.
can't. That was
Just-
foolish.
I
Just-
regret.
Foolish.
I regret much.
Just don't finish your basement. Get one hanger, buy those headphones, and just put them downstairs in your basement.
Boom. That
I
saves you so much
like
money.
The way you think.
Yes, my man.
That'll save you a ton.
All right, so there's some headset recommendations. But really, if you want more in-depth recommendations, I recommend hitting up maybe CNET and looking at their headset recommendations,
Wirecutter.
or perhaps Wirecutter.
Is amazing. That's where I got the heads up on the Sennheiser.
On the Sennheisers, yeah,
I haven't
so-
really visited that site since I got bought.
So,
I hate the new redesign of it. It's so ugly now.
bleh.
This looks a lot more corporate.
Anyway, yeah, there's
Something corporate, yeah.
I love that band. Something corporate and Jack's Mannequin. Boom.
Both great emo bands.
I wouldn't say. Well, yeah.
Jack's Mannequin. Really?
Jack's
Okay.
Mannequin. But
It's-
something corporate was a little bit more.
I love the song Constantine.
I like the song Hurricane.
It's emo day today at the Gadget Spot.
apparently.
What do you guys classify as emo though? Panic at the Disco. A lot of people put in the same category as emo because of how their hair was. They got,
It's
got
all
the
the
swoop.
hair.
If they're wearing tight jeans and they've got
Am I emo?
Hold on,
Jarron
I'm
as
wearing
character, yes, you
tight
are.
jeans.
Yes,
oh,
you are.
My, James, that is so emo hair.
James, oh man, it's almost worth taking a picture because he looks literally. He just took his hat off on a
He
really
looks-
early morning.
You guys
he
wouldn't
looks-
understand.
He really
my
does.
emotions.
You know what he looks like, kind of, is when Tobey Maguire tries to be evil Spider-Man in Spider-Man 3.
That's
You
the
just need
best
some.
scene
You just
in all
need,
the Spider-Man.
you just need some guy liner and you'll be
Was
set.
a giant middle finger to the producers
Oh,
of just
yeah.
like, I didn't want to make this movie. You guys
terrible.
wanted Venom in there, which is kind of a disappointment because Venom's my favorite Spider-Man villain.
Me too.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. We got a few things to talk about tech-wise from this week. First things first, Punchy McPunchface canceled his CES appearance.
You know, I don't condone death threats. all.
not at all.
But
that's why he's canceling.
But that's why he's canceling. Like, there's never a good reason to threaten to kill somebody.
Gadget
but
Pie.
If you threaten to kill somebody, it gives them the moral superiority.
It does. That's a
Yeah,
problem.
You cannot
Like,
give
when they
them
were-
the moral high ground.
When the FCC was doing their vote, they evacuated because of a bomb threat.
They arrested the guy that did that. I've got a story on that. We'll come back.
Oh, nice.
I
See,
have a
that-
conspiracy theory that he set that up himself, so he would
so
be.
garner some sympathy.
Yeah.
That stuff never helps the counter argument. Anytime you start getting emotional when debating, you automatically have
Lose.
lost.
Right, you've
Yeah.
gone.
Like
You're already gone.
Well, who was that guy that took that allergy pill and jacked it up like 9,000%?
Yeah, that
you
guy.
know what I'm
No,
talking
the,
about?
the
The guy
It was
that.
it was the AIDS
an AIDS pill.
It was the
Yeah,
AIDS.
the AIDS pill. Anywho,
Antiviral.
I watched a debate between him and like this biology professor, and the biology professor started getting a little bit more emotional,
And it was
then
toast, right?
Yeah,
and
it's
lost
over.
to that guy.
And-
that
yeah.
guy
That guy's
is a
the
that
biggest
guy is,
douche ever.
That guy is like,
Yeah, but he
Trash.
owns the only Wu-Tang album.
Oh,
So-
I know who you're talking about.
yeah,
finally,
that guy.
yeah.
So anyway, Gadget Pie canceled his CES appearance because of death threats.
Yeah, but what was he really going to say? Like, here's my top 10 reasons
Yeah.
why I did
He's
what
probably
I
going
did.
to dress up in a stupid Santa costume again and tell people they can still do memes and watch cat
and
videos
his
even after net
stupid
neutrality is
Reese's-
I
dead.
hate that
Reese's
guy.
Pieces cup.
Hate him.
His Reese's Pieces cup might as well just had a giant middle
Seriously.
finger on it.
His face is so punchable.
And there's a lot of stuff going on about that right now. There's a lot of senators. They're suing the FCC. There's a lot of things going on where a lot of states are saying, you know what, we don't need the FCC. We'll just do it on our own and locally manage it. So it's not dead. It's still just very disheartening that the people spoke and he went, no,
Yeah.
I know what's better for you.
Yep.
And it's super, super
Well, I meant what I
frustrating.
tweeted the other day. I said the government truly does not work for us
No.
anymore. They don't.
So Tony and I can no longer see him at CES because
Yeah.
we're going to CES
Yeah.
next week.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
the very week you're listening to this,
Yep. So
Wait, when
Yeah.
are you leaving?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Of this week?
Yeah, and
are you
like
going to
3
be back
days.
by Saturday?
Oh yeah, I gotta figure that out. Probably not.
Oh. Okay.
So we'll be still in Vegas on Saturday. But anyway, while we're outraged, let's talk about swatting. Because
So that's the linking
I heard
story.
about
So
this.
did you guys hear about the swatting guy? The
unbelievable.
Freaking
That-
got shot and killed?
father of two, like a 2-year-old and 7-year-old got
Didn't he
killed.
have nothing to do with the
Zero.
swatting?
Nothing. So it was some $1. It was like $1.50 wager on Call of Duty, and they got all pissed off and
$1.50.
yeah, wager something. And so they called in. So there's apparently this guy called Swatistic on Twitter, and he got a call in. Hey, can you do this? And he did it. And the guy who was getting swatted.
Wait, Swatistic, what's that?
That was a Twitter handle.
Oh.
That was his Twitter handle. And so he calls it in, and the guy who had said, yeah, come at me, he'd given a fake address. And there was like the guy really committed. He did like a 20 or 30 minute call with the police. He was on the phone with them when they breached.
Unbelievable.
Well, when they approached the door, they didn't breach, but he was like, "Oh, the guy surrounded the place with gasoline. He's thinking about lightning. He's already killed the father. He's got these family hostage." Like he told this hugely the worst case scenario for a SWAT team. Like, and so they show up, they knock on the guy's door. He's like, "What's up?" They're like, "Put your hands up." He puts his hands down for a second because he's like, "Oh, this is just a misunderstanding," just like I would have.
Right.
And then they're like, "No, put your hands up." And when he put his hands back up, one of the cops thought he might have pulled a gun from his waist belt and shot him and killed him. Single shot.
And the thing is you can't fault the cops.
I mean, I do for discharging. They had body armor.
I don't know, man.
I think you can fault the cop a little
Yeah,
bit.
you can't. He didn't have.
Think of it like you're in the moment. It's probably dark outside. Just playing devil's advocate right now.
Oh, yeah.
It's dark outside. Your friends are also on the force. You're thinking the worst thing of this. Gadget Pie is there,
Right.
But like, you know what I mean? Like,
But
I don't know.
the guy didn't have anything that could actually damage them. They were all in full face gear. I mean,
Yeah.
they were ready to go riot gear. Like they had the body armor. So even if he had like a small pistol, like the
Couldn't
odds.
have done anything to them.
Yeah.
Really. Well, I
Anyway.
mean, it could have, but it was less chance.
This guy Swatistic automatically changes his Twitter handle and tries to disappear, but Krebs Online Security pulled all of his Twitter handles, all of his things, basically everything before he was able to do that. He got onto some YouTube channel, the guy that did this, and he actually went on a YouTube interview. The guy that did it was like, "Look, do I feel bad? Yeah, but I should just stick to bomb threats. Those are funner anyway. And
What?
so he's like, it's not. And then in a big long random tweet before he changed his handle, he's like, I didn't get that guy killed. The cop who discharged his weapon did that.
Is he being charged for murder?
The Gadget Pie bomb threat for FCC.
Yeah.
This guy's responsible for it as well.
Same guy?
Mhm, same
Oh,
guy.
man,
So
this guy's the scum of the earth.
We
He
do not
is.
need this guy.
So
Human
he
garbage.
it just makes this makes the case for regulating gaming. Like when it starts to bleed into this, like I was like, if that's going to happen, people are going to start swatting and like actually getting people killed. Then yeah, like everybody that's got a horror story about gaming, all the people that believe gaming is bad for everybody, I'm kind of like, well, I'm switching teams to that because that is like ridiculous if that's what's going to happen. So I'm glad they caught the guy and that he's going to be held accountable for it. But he had the audacity to get on a YouTube thing and do an interview and being like, and just gloating about all the stuff he's done and how that wasn't really his fault and then tried to disappear. Anyway, so they caught the guy, and they have him in custody, but they're trying to find evidence now. They have to find actual evidence because there's no way to link the username to the actual person until they dig through his system. So,
and you want to know what the crabby thing is this is an argument against net neutrality. When stuff like this happens, a lot of people are going to be like, well, if you had to register to use the internet, we could have caught this guy a lot faster.
yeah.
And that kind of
That's
bums
not
me
really
out.
net neutrality, though. That's something else.
That's something else.
And he gloated about how he likes making the cops jump around. He jumps through a few nets to hide himself and everything. And it's like, we found Osama bin Laden and
Ouch! Simon!
Simon just totally tree climbed. Simon just dug 5 claws in the back of Jarron's neck.
He climbed up my back with his
I
claws.
like how he just pranced away,
and then he
turned
just
around,
runs away.
Yeah, he
turned
he
around
did-
and looked at him
he
like,
looked-
yeah,
he
you
looked
like
back,
that.
He looked back, switched his tail, and be like, change the topic. It's too heavy.
Dude, Simon. that cat's got issues.
Anyway, I
With
think
me.
I think if you think swatting's funny, or if you've partaken in in swatting, I think that you're a douchebag.
Yeah, you got
Officially, I
you
think
got to
you are.
change those ways because that's absurd.
I feel like you need to get charged with something.
Oh,
Yeah,
he'll
he-
get charged with something for
He
sure.
will. I hope they find enough evidence to make a case, and so they've got all of his equipment. They've seized it, so hopefully they'll be able to find something in there. But the bomb threats on the FCC, like that's terrorist, like that he could get.
Yeah.
he could fall under some terrorist.
Totally.
Send him to Guantanamo.
So let's ship
With
him out.
Al Qaeda.
I want a really strong example to be made, because I hate for this.
Well,
Because
especially since
a bunch of
doesn't-
kids think this is hilarious.
Right.
Like they think
And-
swatting is so funny, but
and the fact that he's zero remorseful about it.
yeah.
Yeah, he's
Well,
got to be
it's
on
because
the psychopathic spectrum somewhere.
Well, I read somewhere too. I can't remember the story, but he did actually comment. He's like, "Do I feel remorse? Yeah, I am part of that. Am I going to turn myself in?" He's like, "No, I'll be honest. I'm too afraid of doing that. I'm not going to turn myself in." Thinking he was still
Like untouchable.
anonymous. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
So
Wow.
Anyway.
All right. So
Getting heavy on the Gadget Spot.
getting my blood boiling. In other news, Switch is now the fastest selling console of all time.
did they smash the record?
Yeah.
They did really good.
In America,
And in the United States.
in the United States, in America, the record before was the Wii,
I have a quick-
and it sold 4 million.
And they sold more of the Switch in 1 year in Japan than the Wii U did in its whole lifetime.
I
Yeah.
have a quick question about the Switch, really quick. So you can't communicate via obviously voice through Switch as of right now.
Yeah.
Does it have the capabilities of doing that?
Totally.
Of course it does.
Okay, so like it could just be patched.
Yep.
Yeah.
Does it have a mic?
No, I mean you'd have to plug in either a headphone jack or
Yeah.
Bluetooth
Oh.
headset.
Well, it's like Xbox. Like the
Oh, right.
controller doesn't have a mic.
Okay.
But
I just thought maybe since it was a handheld, it might have a mic built in.
They
no, I
should've
was
just
wondering
built
about
in
that
mic.
because, especially with like Splatoon, like you need the capability of grouping up before you get going.
You need to get in a group before you paint everyone up.
Yeah.
All right.
That was my other
So
question.
How many
good job, Switch.
What'd they do? Sell 600 million?
600 million.
What'd they say?
3 times the population of the United States has a
No.
Switch.
What'd they-
in the
what-
United States.
Wait, what'd you say? I thought you said
600 million?
the
4.8 million.
Oh, 4. I thought you said
in
I thought-
2017 since
Okay.
it came
Wait,
out.
did you say 600 million?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, yeah.
I thought
okay.
I read
All
that.
right.
I'm
Okay.
looking at the wrong
600
number.
million is only 2 times the population.
Okay,
of the
yeah,
United
you're
States.
right.
So they bought 2.
Everyone bought 2. That makes sense.
I thought their order was going to get canceled, so they.
Hey, is the
we
Super
need
Nintendo starting to get stocked back up on shelves?
I've seen a little
little
bit
bit.
more of
SNES
it.
Mini?
Yeah.
I got a brother-in-law looking for one.
We need to talk about briefly the.
The puppy suitcase. Yeah,
No,
you're right. This
no.
is a hard hitting topic.
Okay.
Did
puppy
somebody make a suitcase out of a puppy?
That sounds awful.
Hold on, I gotta pull this up.
No, it's not a suitcase made out of a puppy. It's a autonomous suitcase that follows you in the airport.
Oh, like a puppy.
Yeah, like a puppy. And it has like kind of Segway technology, so it's only on 2 wheels and it's kind of vertical and it follows you and it looks awesome.
Does it have a handle? Because what if you
Probably.
got to run to your interconnect?
Or if the battery dies.
Or somebody literally knocks it over.
Yeah.
Would I be worried about somebody stealing it since it trails you 10 feet behind you?
Yeah.
Yes, I would.
Why would they do 10 feet?
Well, you could even make it like this has so many security threats. Like
Not only that, in the crowded airport, that would get lost so
Well,
quick.
look at
Yeah.
how small it is. You can
Yeah.
store like 1 6-pack in there, and then that's it.
security guards are like, this is nope.
And, yeah.
They're like, have you ever left your bag untouched? Well, it's been trailing 10 feet behind me for the
And-
last 20
So
minutes.
how does
so
it-
maybe
How does it work out when you have to take your laptop out when going through security? Do you have to take the battery out of this when going through security?
Yeah, so that's a concern. I think a lot of airlines are not allowing this kind of carry-on because it has a battery in it.
Well, it depends on how big the battery is.
Yeah, but the greatest thing about this, it's called the 90 Fun Puppy 1.
What?
90 Fun Puppy 1 suitcase.
91 puppy fun?
90 Fun Puppy 1.
Yep.
What does that name mean?
I don't know.
That's weird. All right.
But it
well,
looks awesome.
I guess
I know why. It's the first line of the thing. Chinese company. They don't. They. That's actually
translation.
funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes it better.
Hey, you guys
Okay.
have ever been to like a different country and read their like English translation
It's
from
my
Chinese? It's
my favorite is their T-shirts that they sell over in those other countries. That they'll like have them. I know that we do the same thing over here when we put like
Chinese characters
when we
and stuff.
tattoo glyphs, Chinese characters on ourselves. Like
Yeah.
they're like, oh my gosh, they're stupid. But like seeing them like with their T-shirts in American over there is like one of my favorite things to scroll through.
What is that tattoo on your arm stand for? Oh, it stands for serenity and love.
No, it stands for whore.
Actually, that stands for
roast-
bumhole.
It's roast beef.
Dog fart. So
So the suitcase will be at CES.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to check it
See
out.
if we can find it.
The,
this'll be your-
the company name is 90 Fun. So it's the 90 Fun.
Oh.
Then the product is called the Puppy 1.
That
Were
makes
they
more
like
sense.
established in like 91 or something like that?
that's their American name. If
90 Fun.
They don't have. If you look at their Chinese name, it's going to be actually very clever, I'm sure. But 90
like-
fun.
Everyone from China there is like, oh yeah, I get that
Yeah.
name in America. What?
90
What?
fun.
I
The
just want to.
To their credit, the suitcase is sleek looking.
Yeah,
And
it looks
there's
small too.
and
I
there's
mean,
blue glowing LEDs.
got to have those.
It was the blue glowing LEDs that sold it for you, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh, speaking of Chinese and stuff, guess where I'm going in May?
That's racist.
China.
Well,
You're going to China,
speaking
right?
of that general area in
Oh,
the world,
Oh, Asia
okay.
South Pacific.
guess where I'm going?
Not China.
No, I'm not going
China.
to China, but I am
Speaking
going...
of Chinese, I'm not going to China.
You know what? Let's just get on to the next story.
Where are you going, James?
I'm going to Japan in May
Oh, yeah.
for 2 weeks.
And you have no interest in learning the language.
zero interest.
You just want to go kill
Wants
some
to be the-
dolphins.
I want to just go there,
Or whales.
maybe repair a little bit of the damage that freaking Logan Paul did.
Oh, good
and
luck.
no, I want to go there. I've wanted to go there for a while, just to go somewhere that's completely different from any of the other countries that I've been to, and it's been on my bucket list to go to for a while. We're gonna go to.
You got to start boning up on some phrases.
You got to start
Japanese-
boning up, James.
On some
Ni hao.
Japanese.
Get that bone on.
Ohio.
Ohio.
That's good morning.
It's a state.
Ohio.
Is that what Ohio was named after?
Ohio. No,
No.
I'm sure it's not.
Oh, do you guys have proof that it wasn't? Before you start
I
saying no.
want to see the world through your eyes someday. I wasn't supposed to be
the
funny.
next story.
What was that? Why was that funny?
Anyway, you gotta.
So where else are you going though?
Uh,
Are you going to Kobe? You got to go to Kobe, so you can get the Kobe Wagyu beef
Yeah.
at the Kobe Wagyu beef restaurants.
I don't
That's
know
what
if you're
it's
making
named
fun
after?
of me.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the
No,
cheese.
I'm serious.
Not Colby.
Not Colby.
Kobe.
Kobe.
Not the basketball player.
Yeah, spelled the same as the basketball player.
Yeah, but it's not the
No,
basketball.
we're
That's
going
not
to Kyoto, and then we're going to go to Hiroshima.
Hiroshima.
Really?
Hiroshima. Yeah, because just in case the world turns into like this nuclear warfare while we're there, I'm going to go hang out there because lightning never strikes the same place twice.
Oh, that's
But you're not going there to stay. You're just going to go visit. So you're going to go see where lightning doesn't strike and then come back to where lightning does strike.
Oh, it's going to strike big time here.
Yeah. Well,
that's cool. I'm excited. Japan is also on my bucket list.
Can I tell you, we booked the tickets, and then the next day was when Trump sent out that nuclear tweet.
the button.
Yeah, the
My
button
button's
tweet.
bigger.
Dumbass.
And which is not something that you should be joking about.
No,
I know.
not even a
He
little
should be banned from Twitter for that.
oh, he's
but
not-
Twitter's like, oh, we don't ban leaders,
and
so
he's
he can
n-
do anything he wants on
and
Twitter.
he's
Yeah,
not joking.
So ban him.
He's not joking. That's the thing.
Yeah, it gives a lot of people like anxiety just like seeing this stuff. This isn't stuff that you should be joking
Death threats
about.
against one person, that's not allowed, but against the whole country, yeah, that's
From a-
allowed.
from
Sure.
a world leader.
Well, just let that go.
Genocide doesn't count. So, yeah, the next day we told, my wife's dad, he's like, yeah, you guys don't want to go there because we're going to die, apparently, which is great.
If you can get some Kobe Wagyu restaurant beef while you're out there, you should take advantage of that.
Well, I was joking pretty heavily with my wife because she loves sushi, and if she gets pregnant in between now and then, it's going to be hilarious.
And
She's
so-
not going to be able to eat
I'll teach you another phrase. Ready?
sushi.
No.
Dang it.
No, it's not it. Eigo ga wakarimasu ka? That means, do you speak American? You're going to need that.
Eguga. Wait.
English?
Eguga.
Eigo ga.
akushi-
Not English, but American.
Eigo ga wakarimasu ka?
Oh,
Eigo
Ego.
ga
Ga.
Ego,
wakarimasu.
my Lego.
Wakarimasu ka?
Okarimasu ka.
Or you can say, Nihongo ga wakarimasen, means I don't speak Japanese.
Nyongo. Some karimasen.
It's basically the extent of my learning.
That fake
From-
accent
No,
isn't necessary, by the
I'm
way.
doing what I can. Every time I play Civ lately, I've been playing as Japan.
Dude,
I'm
you're-
learning the
I think-
cities.
I think you're on the right track.
I think just walk around and whenever anyone tries to talk to you in Japanese, point at yourself and say, Gaijin. Gaijin.
Osaka. Wait, Gaijin.
That means
Isn't that a ninja?
Just be like,
No.
psych. You just tell him sake.
What does ninja mean in Japanese?
I don't know.
Ninja.
Gaiden.
Is that even real?
No,
Gai-
is it
Gaiden.
Gaiden?
Gaiden.
I thought that was garden.
Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden. I think Gaiden and ninja mean the
Hold
same
on.
thing. I don't know.
English to Japanese.
So Gaijin specifically means outsider or alien, not from around here. But
Ninja.
it's the name that they gave big white American guys
Yep.
specifically.
Big white
Gaijin.
Would I fit in better?
You would be the right height for
Height-wise,
Japan,
but
definitely.
you definitely don't have the build.
Gina. Hakinju.
You don't.
What
Have,
does that mean?
Americano.
you don't look anything like a Japanese person.
Oh, by the way, James, I looked up the origin of the state of Ohio. The
Yeah.
name comes from the Ohio River.
Where did the Ohio River
And the
get
Ohio
named from?
River name
It's gotta be
comes
Native
from,
American.
Yep, Seneca language, meaning Great River.
You know, for us kicking Native Americans out of a lot of their own land, we sure named a lot of crap after them.
It was how
Well,
we paid them.
They were here before us.
That's how
Well,
we.
yeah,
That's how we paid them. They were fine with it.
I don't think
No,
they were.
They were not.
they weren't okay with it, which is why I think it's so interesting that we named so much stuff after like Native Americans.
Thanks for that dose of white guilt this
Yeah.
morning.
You're
James.
welcome.
Appreciate it.
It's what I wake up to every day.
White guilt. Hey guys, Mad Cats is back.
Oh, I missed them. I missed their
Mad
horrible
Cats.
controllers so much.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
They're not back.
No, they're back. They're
Really?
out, they're out of bankruptcy.
Whoa.
And they're going to start making stuff again.
That's the little brother controller.
So
Yeah.
they made the Rock Band for instruments.
Peripherals, yeah. They
The
thought that
peripherals.
would be their saving.
And
Like,
And
that makes me so sad because I love Rock Band so much.
well, no, they were good.
But to
They were
jump
good,
on,
yeah.
But to jump on the fourth iteration of it,
yeah.
they should have been on board at the ground level.
I feel
Yeah.
like
So-
the Rock Band should have turned into like what Rocksmith was.
No, Rocksmith was not.
Was
It's
it not as good as
cool,
you thought?
But it's not nearly as casual as Rock Band
I
is.
bought Rocksmith because you can actually plug a guitar into it.
You
Right.
own a guitar?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I was like, this will be way cooler than Rock Band with the fake 4-button guitar for.
How
for
many times did you
freaking
play
pose-
Rocksmith?
I never even cracked the plastic in the 3 years I had it, and then I bought an Xbox One and sold and just gave the game away. Yeah, I never opened it. I was really disappointed.
Speaking of never opening games, I still haven't opened PUBG
Oh.
that I pre-ordered for Xbox.
Well,
do any of you guys want it?
Sure.
All right.
No, I want it first. Me.
Oh, okay.
What, James?
Yeah.
He's trying to. He has to curry favor.
Why don't we
with
give it
Tony.
away? Aren't we doing contests on Facebook anymore? And didn't we do one this last time?
No, I forgot.
For Destiny?
I forgot to do it.
See, that takes effort.
That's all it boils down to.
If you want to
is I-
teach me
I
how to do
forgot
it, I'll take over on
no,
it.
I'll do it.
All right.
I just need to be reminded. I was going to say, oh yeah, so Mad Catz actually surprisingly had some really good PC peripherals back in the day. Some nice mice, and I believe Mad Catz owned Triton headset, and they were pretty decent as well. So they're coming back with. Looks like for now they're going to kind of focus mainly on at least just to start PC peripherals. Which
Like mouses? and
Yeah,
stuff?
They're like, we got slapped around.
Yeah.
We almost died. We're off the table now, though. Our heart's still beating.
we're still
Please,
we're still here.
we're just gonna dip in.
But our name is still Mad Catz, so
Right.
don't expect too much.
We didn't really find a way to fix the mistake we made back in the '90s when we started selling this crap. It was probably early 2000s.
So
Anyway,
we'll see how that goes, but I just like that there's that they're still around because competition in the marketplace is a good thing.
yep.
Okay, speaking of Destiny 2 that you mentioned a minute ago,
Which, by the way, I saw an advertisement for it, and it looks awesome.
Destiny 2 is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bummed that's where I jumped off.
Well, you could jump back in.
Freaking
Yeah.
cryptocurrency.
So Destiny 2 is getting an Alexa Ghost.
Yeah.
This is kind of
Oh,
cool.
I saw that
Yeah.
commercial. That looks so awesome. You got to set your dot right next to you, and it's like, Alexa, load my raid loadout. It's like, you're going to crush them. And then it's like, blah, 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 and it loads your character.
Yeah. It totally is integrated with the game and Alexa.
Pretty cool.
It's
Because
really rad.
before, all that it had is just like your Destiny companion app, and then it was basically just, so you have like a vault. Sorry if you can finish your
No,
story.
keep going.
So you had like a vault, right, where you would store the majority of your stuff because you can't carry everything, and then you could go on your app and then switch it back
Yeah.
and then to your character.
So it would work in the game based on the app.
Oh, I need to make a phone call really quick.
So this comes out at $90.
That's
for-
not too bad.
That's not too bad.
I mean,
for
as
something
long as
like
it
that.
has
It's
other...
big.
Does
Looks
it,
big.
Does it have other capabilities, not just Destiny stuff?
No.
Well, if it's so, is Amazon Alexa built in? Because
So
if so, then you
there's an
probably do
Alexa-
everything that Alexa can do.
There's an Alexa skill. You actually link this to your. It looks like you link this to your Alexa. Your
So-
Amazon. It syncs with an Amazon Echo device. So it's
Huh.
not its own Echo.
Oh.
It links to an Echo.
Interesting.
Basically, piggybacking off the mic inputs.
Yeah.
And the compute off the Echo to perform tasks. So you have to. I'm sure you have to get the Echo. Then you have to.
So it's a big chunk of plastic with like Bluetooth in it.
Yeah, basically, and then it
Doesn't
just
it have a
Bluetooth-
speaker, too?
yeah, and I'm sure the
Yeah.
voice. I'm sure the audio comes through there as a different voice. The voice of the ghost.
So for the more hardcore Destiny fans out there, this is going to be really cool. For the more casual ones, not so much.
Yeah. Anyway, it looks pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah, the idea behind it,
I
just
like-
the fact that they kind of were able to make it at all is
Right.
kind of fun.
right. I like that kind of integration
Yeah.
between devices. So
Okay, also we got to hit on the huge security flaw. Oh no, we're all
Oh,
gonna
man.
die. Intel CPUs.
it's actually
All CPUs.
It's actually
it's
all CPUs. I thought so. So I actually had to do a write up on this for work yesterday when it was all over and people were freaking out, and a lot of customers freaking out. Is my data secure?
Yeah.
So it's called Spectre and it's called Meltdown, respectively.
That's not scary at all.
Yeah.
Meltdown.
I think I want to start by saying that the differences in the PR between the companies. So first of all, these companies knew about it months ago.
Yeah.
It was actually some data scientists that found this flaw. It wasn't hackers that found it, and maybe it was, because that's one of the things about hackers is that they keep these 0-day flaws to themselves, right?
Right, because they want to exploit them.
Because as
at
soon
their
as it
leisure.
comes out, right? As soon as it comes out, it's going to get patched, and that
Right.
you burn that pathway. So, some scientists found this flaw in the Intel chips specifically, and then continued to test it out for the AMD and ARM architectures as well. But it has to do with the way that the chips predict algorithms.
Right.
So, anyway, the PR between them is pretty funny. Intel was basically like, no, there's nothing really to see here.
Move along, please.
We are still investigating patches. Because basically the way that exploits go is like the courtesy in the industry is that you find it, you alert, and you give them a time frame. You
Right.
say 90 days to give us progress, a patch or something,
There's courtesy in that industry?
and then they go, and then we're releasing this information to the public. Because to introduce a 0-day flaw to the public with no
plan.
is super irresponsible.
Yeah.
Just in a security sense, because then leaves companies scrambling, and the anarchist would say, "Yeah, do it."
Yep. I'm
But-
going to use this right now.
But AMD was kind of like, AMD went, "Ha! It doesn't affect us." They went on this whole like, "It's not us.
Yeah.
It's this Spectre thing." And then they're like, "Oh yeah, Meltdown does affect us." It's just a different name for the architecture, but Meltdown, Spectre affects Intel primarily. Meltdown also affects Intel, but it also affects ARM and AMD. And just a quick, information on what it does. So computers try to predict what you're going to do next.
Right.
It's called speculative execution, and that's what they try and do. Even if they're wrong 90% of the time, you're still getting a 10% boost, right? Because they're right 10% of the time. And so the chip is actually segregated into two parts: the kernel, which is the main core, which controls everything on the chip, and then everything else. Well, speculative execution, and that data, that memory is restricted. You can't access it. Speculative execution kind of overloads. It says, "Here's 3 bad requests that I know you're going to ignore,"
Yep.
but it still predicted them. Even before they got locked down, it still predicted what they were going to do, and therefore ran calculations of like giving you that data. And then all of a sudden it gets blocked and it gets deleted, right? It's like, "Oh, actually you're not allowed to do that, sorry." But that information, that calculation was already computed, the process was already started, and so some of that command gets leaked into memory that then can be pulled out.
Faster.
It can be pulled out from some attacker, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because it already did the calculations before it realized that they were illegal.
Yeah.
And so that gets pulled into memory, and then you can get that out. But yeah, that's the reason why they do it, is because it's faster, right? Because accessing the chip, the memory in the chip is like 30% faster.
Oh, it's like 30 times faster.
Yeah.
It's way faster.
Way faster than going to the memory.
Yep.
And so, and that's where everybody's freaking out. This is going to cut Intel's,
Bottom line.
well, their ability,
They're gonna cut their legs out.
It's going to cut all chips down, their performance down like 20-30%. And for most chips, that's not accurate. For consumer chips, they didn't notice a huge drop in performance.
And Google, they developed a way that really minimizes that performance loss.
For their data centers.
Yep.
Well, they made it public, and they gave their methods
Oh,
out to
nice.
everyone, like, "Oh, do
Right.
it this way." And
And
Yeah.
I know I also checked on PCGamer.com. They already ran some benchmarks on the chip with the patch and the chip before the patch, just on common high-end games to see if it affected frame rate.
It's not huge.
And
right?
it was like a 1% difference.
Yeah.
I mean, it was minimal.
I mean, if you're doing really, really heavy compute where you're using 100% of the chip,
Yeah.
you're going to feel it.
Sure.
Which is some of the big end data stuff, number crunching supercomputers and stuff like that. And the worst part about this is that it's not they're fixing it with software,
but it should.
but it's a hardware
Yeah.
problem. And so Intel's
Which the problem with that is when you fix a hardware problem with software, it creates overhead.
lag. Yep.
Lag and overhead.
So
So-
and the thing about Intel, they kind of picked it up after that. They produced a white paper of how they're going to fix this. You can go read that at their site. I don't have the link, but and then ARM as well. I guess ARM was like the golden standard. They basically produced a roadmap of how they're gonna fix this. AMD just did the PR. They didn't produce a white paper. They're just like, yeah, their fix for it is just software. They have no, at least for now, they didn't say any plans to. Fix it on their end.
From what I read about AMD said because their architecture differs from Intel's and ARM's, that there is a very, very small chance that their chips are affected.
Right.
So
It's just-
they're basically taking the stance of basically the same thing Apple did about 8 years ago, 6 years ago, and they're like, "Oh,
You can get root access.
Apple's can't be infected with malware."
Right.
And AMD's kind of taking the same route, which is kind of frustrating. But if they're accurate in saying that their architecture is different enough that it doesn't affect them, then cool.
Spectre doesn't affect them, but Meltdown definitely does. It's just a different way of doing it.
Right.
The problem with doing a relying solely on a software patch, it means me as an attacker, all I have to do is find a computer system that hasn't been patched.
Yeah.
Or roll it back.
Roll
right?
it back, yeah.
Roll it back pre-patch, and the vulnerability is still there. Not fixing the underlying problem is kind of a big deal.
And the other thing, too, is if it's software-based, there's probably going to be a bug somewhere in that software that you can exploit as well.
What do you think should be the repercussions for computer hacking? Do you feel like the repercussions are heavy enough right now?
Depends on what they do.
I'm saying just like, let's say like you hack into your cousin's computer, right? You get found out. He's not a cousin that really likes you very much.
I know that situation really well.
But like, let's say like that happens, and then they contact the authorities, and there needs to be like a minimum. It doesn't matter what you did; you just hacked into his computer.
I don't know because I think that it requires. It depends on the access on the method. Like if you got permission or not to like get on the computer, then it's the user's fault. So.
Because like, I don't know. That's the thing is like for the user, for me, like I mean, just imagine being like a car owner, and all you know to do is just to change the oil at a certain amount, but you don't know the other ways that you could protect your car. I understand, like, as a car owner, there's certain, like, expectations on stuff that you should be required to know to own a car, but at the same time, I also don't know where to get said information. So to say that a computer person needs to have, like, a certain amount of literacy with a computer to be able to protect themselves...
That's accurate.
I don't really know how to do that necessarily. You know what I mean? And so, like, if a hacker breaks in, I feel like I'm like a 3-year-old.
The counter argument should be then you shouldn't be using the tool if you don't have the knowledge to protect it. But I understand, like that, from a security standpoint, that's kind of where I would come from. But that's a little bit too cut and dry because obviously you're going to have people that aren't experts in cars or computers using those devices. So
we rely people that don't have the expertise or the knowledge are kind of beholden to the people that do. Just like you said with a car, you know how to drive it, you know how to put gas in.
Yeah,
but
that's
if
why mechanics charge $500 for an oil
That's
change.
why we have mechanics so that they can say, okay, look, here's what's wrong. This is what I recommend. And but
I also
the equivalent of that in the computer world would be antivirus companies, OS companies like Windows or Microsoft saying having Windows put out patches, things like that.
Yeah.
So
is it more on Windows then to keep you protected?
Yeah, actually, kind of.
Yeah. I mean, but as far as the minimum like punishment for hacking into somebody's computer, I think that they already have that because it's a violation of privacy. There's already some rules that they're using for like laws. I found that most laws get merged or get morphed into covering something that they shouldn't quite handle.
Stuff they weren't designed to.
Because it's impossible to pass any actual new laws through Congress. As they're a bunch of lazy, no-passing jerks. Anyway, so...
No, they pass stuff.
They do.
Only
it's
the stuff
not
they want.
stuff that we want, but they pass stuff.
Just not stuff for their employers, which is us.
I mean, you can see the swamp spreading from here. It's crazy.
So, but like, I don't know. Like, what would I do there? Like, minimum punishment for like would just have to be like what declaring
their internet access
declaring
away.
value. Like, what did they do to you?
Yeah, I don't think that any of us are qualified to answer that question.
Because if they did something with it, then there's rules. But if they just hacked in and whatever,
let me maybe put it this way and bring Jarron into the conversation as the CEO of Intel. I think you guys know where I'm going with this. He sold off a bunch of his stock
right before the announcement went public.
Given, I know the argument is, well, he's been selling off stock for a while. No, this was like a big
$24 million
as much as he could, and he wanted to do more.
How
as soon as he
how
got
do
the
you
announcement,
feel as a person who knows accounting and some of the repercussions of accounting? What do you think needs to happen to him, considering it's insider trading?
I think he's going to get slapped with insider trading.
Same thing happened to Martha Stewart.
Yeah, I think he's going to. I hope so.
Really?
If they can send a nice, I don't know if she's nice or not, but if they can send America's home cooking mom to prison for tax insider trading, then they should definitely be able to come after this guy for getting the.
Yeah,
so
but I feel like America
is
is a different place now than it was when Martha Stewart.
No, that's true as well.
He got the information. You know, I told you they got the information about this security issue months ago, and then he started selling off his stock like in bulk. So
the fascinating thing to me about that is like that to me, for some reason, screams I'm the CEO of a company that I don't have any faith in.
Right.
Because honestly, you look at Intel, and in my opinion, yeah, their stock took a huge dip, $11 billion, massive dip. But
So you're the quarterback of a team, but you're betting on the other team that you're playing next week.
And the thing is it's going to come back up. It's not like your shares are going to go down forever. It'll come back up.
That's what it does.
And companies have bad news reported about them. Their stock goes down, and that's actually, in my opinion, if you know the company's solid. Other than that, that's usually a good time to buy a stock.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
And then it goes back up to where it was before, and then
So
keeps
you're not.
climbing.
So you're saying this isn't like Nintendo, Nickelodeon's GAC company?
No, they're done.
These guys are coming back.
Yeah, Intel's not going anywhere.
It's like Mad Cats. They'll come back.
They lost 11.
Dude, Mad Cats is like a cockroach. It's like, let's get rid of it. It's gone.
You can't kill Mad Cat.
It's still moving
Now's
around.
a good time to invest in
Come
Mad
back.
Cats,
Come back.
guys.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Hey, I got some breaking news.
Yeah.
On this Alexa Ghost speaker.
Oh, yeah. What'd you find?
The reviews on Amazon. Absolutely terrible. Buy at your own risk. Feels really cheaply made. Setup very cumbersome. Had to end up using a laptop to connect to Wi-Fi. Light animation is mediocre. Overall performance is subpar. USB connection doesn't feel very stable. Supplied instruction or website say nothing about what the mode button does.
Is this one
no
person?
stand or way to keep it stationary in the correct upright position.
So go ahead and buy
no
it.
volume control or way to increase volume of the
Is
speaker.
this an actual is this an article that only outlines just the negative reviews, or is this you're reading the reviews?
He's looking at the
as
1
they come up?
stars.
This is one review.
That's all from one review?
Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh man,
Yeah,
Jarron
but that's
was
one
going.
review. You got to read all of them.
Jarron was going up. That vein was just.
Yeah.
He hates gadgets that don't come baked with all the. Right
77% 1-star reviews.
stuff. Ouch, how many reviews are there?
That's not
258.
good. Ouch. Okay, so maybe
Pick it up for
buy
just
it your own
50.
risk.
Find a friend that has a 3D printer.
and
I'm
just
guaranteed. Go to
print your own.
thingiverse.com.
Yeah,
Have them get a thing, and then just
stick some LEDs in there and just put it on your desk
You're
and
fine.
just make your own.
Jeez. All right, we got time for one, maybe two more stories.
Oh, by the way, the
What?
phone call that I got just a second ago. Sorry.
Yeah.
It was I was getting ready this morning and I was looking up some stories, and I let my cat Gouda outside, and we only let him outside for like 30 minutes at a
You
time.
left him out the whole-
He's an inside cat, and my wife just called me. She's like, "Did you leave Gouda outside?" I'm like, "How did you know?" He's like, "Well, because he's been outside meowing for the last like 2 hours."
Let me in. Let me in.
He's an inside
Don't
cat.
sell me, please.
Funny.
I love you.
All right,
he won't.
let's-
He won't actually do that.
Actually, let's end with a little bit of Jarron's favorite topic, some cryptocurrency talk.
Oh, they're going to talk about Chrome.
Freaking Sia coins at 9 cents.
You didn't do
Is
any
it
of
going
my
up to 9
articles.
cents? Really?
Oh, Jarron, I
That's
didn't do
good.
any of your articles.
I just transferred a bunch of my Bitcoin into my Polynex account so I can buy more Sia coin.
You are buying Sia coin?
Hey, do you link your bank accounts directly to Polynex to pull out or
Which-
to put money in there?
No
or do
way.
you?
I took Jarron's advice and opened up a Capital One online checking account. It was pretty sweet.
Boom.
It was.
go.
It's
Wait,
fantastic.
why would you do that?
'Cause
Let's get some free CPA advice.
It was for Coinbase. It's an instant transfer, and you could create the account and not have to wait for the verifications. So I was able to sell my Ethereum and not lose out because I had been lazy and not linked I had not gone through the
You
process.
don't have to
of
take a
link-
picture of you with your ID and stuff.
Yeah,
Coinbase wouldn't even link to my normal bank account, so
It took 2 weeks for me to get them to link to my normal
it took 4.
account.
It took 4 days. At which point my Ethereum. I should have done that. I wish I would have, because I sold my Ethereum somewhere around 735.
Yeah.
My 1.5, and then it went up to 1,000 this last week. So I was like,
hey, well, I sold at 480 and it went up to 1,000. So
I'm
I
sorry.
sold it-
Jarron, what
400.
were you didn't label your articles here, so I don't know which ones are yours.
Chrome is the new IE.
I don't care about that one.
Ah.
Let's go. No, I'm just kidding.
I heard about that.
talked
why
about
is-
the puppy suitcase. That was one
Oh
of his
yeah, we
articles.
talked about the puppy soup case.
I had to do an Owen and charge forward with that
Hold
story.
on. Here's
Yeah.
what we need to start doing in the show notes is we need to start. I thought we were going to start doing this, and then I failed at doing it. I thought we were going to label what in order of we actually want to talk about.
Yeah, I would have liked that. That'd be nice.
Let's start doing that.
As the guy with the rudder in his hand. Jarron, talk about Chrome is the new IE.
Chrome is the new IE.
Wait, you did the Destiny 2 Alexa Ghost? We talked about that too. We've talked about
I
two
put-
of your
No, I
articles.
did put that
one
in.
on there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Owen.
Sorry. I told you I put some stuff at the top. And I call that the general.
Wait, we didn't talk about any of my articles, any of my one articles that I put on there.
Yeah, that's because you put an article about a story from a month ago that we already covered.
Did we? No. Did you see the one below it? The iPhone X one?
Oh, you changed it.
I took the other one. No, I was there. I took the other one off.
Okay.
Yeah.
You had an article there about the Razer phone.
Yeah.
I saw that. Like, what?
It's like we talked
They
about
announced
that
another
a
phone?
month ago.
No, it's just a really old article.
Actually, this is good. The iPhone X OLED burn-in test that they did.
Yep. Takes 17 hours to burn it in.
How do you prevent it?
You just
By
don't
not-
look at the same thing for
By
17
not having
hours.
it static for 17
But
hours.
like that's the saying is some people are saying that it burns in like in their pocket, like when they're not using it. Like
No, the
your
screen
battery
is off.
Your battery
Yeah.
can't even last.
It has to be
17 hours.
17 consecutive hours.
so, how do they get burn in then?
No,
You don't.
The iPhone X hasn't.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's the Google Pixel.
Oh, it's
XL2.
Pixel 2. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. I got the two confused.
So just don't stare at the same screen for 17 hours.
Yep.
Or do.
Also, I haven't heard a ton of super positive things about the iPhone X. How do you like it?
I love it.
Oh, all right.
I
Well, there's a
absolutely
positive
love it.
thing
It's
right
been
there.
my favorite phone I've ever had.
Yeah, Jarron
I'm-
gave it a 6.
I'm still using Chrome primarily. Why do you say that Chrome is
Yeah,
the
why
new
is it the new
IE6?
IE6?
Because all right, so IE6. The main problem with IE6 back in the day was because web developers
too mainstream.
they developed specifically for Internet Explorer and nothing else.
Oh, I
they
see.
didn't use open web standards.
Okay.
And the
They
problem,
pandered to IE6
Yeah.
to make it look better.
and the issue with IE6 was Microsoft pretty much did no development on it. Chrome kind of has the opposite problem,
Like they got
which
I was gonna say-
leads to the same problem.
Chrome updates like a weekly.
Chrome updates too fast, and so their own developers are targeting the new web standards that aren't web standards yet.
Right.
And so a lot of websites are developing specifically for Chrome that don't work as well on other browsers. And so, like, for example, I think Airbnb targeted Chrome, and they say, use Chrome. That's not good for the open web.
I hate that actually.
Yeah,
Because I
and-
have people that use Edge and they use Firefox. I've even got people that
What
use
are the
Opera.
What are the
and
age
Safari?
ranges of?
Opera's good.
What are the age ranges of people that use Edge?
They're in their upper 40s and 50s because they don't know the difference.
Thing is,
and
Edge
they just use the default.
What
Edge
about-
is not a bad browser.
No,
what
it's
about
not.
Firefox? Is Firefox pretty good?
Firefox is great.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Because I
especially the
jumped
new
from
one.
like Internet Explorer, Firefox, Chrome, Safari back to Chrome.
Yeah, I did the same. Minus Safari because that's for losers. But I'm back to Firefox because of the faster performance. Like the rebuild of it. This new one is actually really, really good.
It is really good.
I haven't moved everything over to it yet, but I use it.
It's surprising
I'm
you can
moving it.
move.
Yeah.
So Chrome has 60% market share right now, and
Wow.
that's huge in the browser race, especially when there's so many iPhones out there that only have Safari. But it's a big deal because it's bringing us back to the early 2000s. You know, I encourage everyone to
Diversify their internet
diversify their internet browsers. And I hate how Google advertises so much to use Chrome. You can't use another browser on any of their websites without being like totally annoyed with their ads.
My favorite meme is still the Rick and Morty one where somebody pasted IE over the butter robot.
Oh,
and it
yeah.
says your job is to download Chrome.
What is my purpose?
Yeah, what is my
To
purpose?
download Chrome.
To download Chrome. Like
Oh,
that's
no.
it. That's one of my favorite memes.
Tony, I'm surprised that you don't care about this at all.
Well, I use Chrome.
Yeah, that's the problem.
See,
it's a memory hog for
I'm
one.
part of the 60%. I buy enough memory.
Yeah.
See, my thing is,
So you're not worried about the market choosing one browser and the open web no longer being open.
I think it'll correct
it'll
itself.
always be open.
I think it'll
Minus
eventually
the
correct
FCC.
itself. Somebody will eventually be
You mean-
like, "Screw this! I'm not writing for Chrome. It'll be
Yeah.
a huge
It's
hit."
the same
and
thing
it'll
that
correct.
happened with Internet Explorer.
I think it's totally destructive that you can only use Google Earth on Chrome.
Why?
I don't agree.
Because
Google
it's a
Earth
part of
to
the
me
web
is-
that you can't access
What about
unless you go through Google's specific portal.
What about Netscape? I like that. one.
They're owning the internet. That's
No,
dangerous.
they're owning Google Earth, which is their product.
yeah.
Yeah.
If everyone uses Chrome,
Then they own.
it's the same problem as everyone using Internet Explorer back in the day.
yeah.
I think it'll correct.
But-
I think it'll eventually they'll start
Yeah.
charging. I think that there'll be a price issue or something where it'll be cheaper and it'll correct.
It'll correct.
I have to hope that because 60% is a huge deal and it
Well-
eventually starts to smash out web developers from having to.
IE had 60% plus.
Yeah.
And it corrected.
IE had 90%, and the
There
only
you
reason
go.
it corrected is because it was such a horrible product.
And the only reason it had
Okay.
90% is because it came shipped on the PCs.
So here's the argument then. As soon as Chrome starts being a terrible product, it'll correct.
Yep.
Until Chrome doesn't make a terrible product, it'll probably stay the same.
And I think a lot of that has to do with consumer knowledge. Most people don't understand how much Chrome eats your system. Like, you're a PC gamer, so you have 64, 128 gigabytes of memory, whatever you do. But for the Joe Schmo that has a laptop that they got from Best Buy
For
way
$200.
overpriced, they bought a
Yeah, they should not install Chrome on a laptop like that.
They bought a $700 laptop that's worth $200, and they're just like, oh man, what's wrong with this? And I think it starts to affect the brand of the laptop. They're like, oh, my Dell is really slow, but I guess we're not.
I like how you
not,
said Dell right there. You said it with so much contempt.
Dell.
Dell.
Their new laptop is actually pretty cool.
Dude, you're getting a Dell.
Dell.
No, I think it'll correct if it gets bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I like I like it for the exact reason Jarron's hating on it. I like the integration of all the Google stuff right into my browser.
It just works.
It works really well
Google
together.
apps,
You know?
I really
it's the same reason Jarron loves his Apple products so much because they all work
The
together
eco.
so well.
But
almost to a flaw.
The difference, though, is that is a closed ecosystem. Apple advertises as such. Google, there's such hypocrites. They always say, "Oh, we're open," but they create their own closed ecosystem.
We're
pretty much under.
You're not wrong.
They're basically saying, "Look, we are open source, but they have so much that they've done that they're just like, why wouldn't you choose us?"
They don't practice what they preach. That's what makes me so upset.
What would they do to do better? Like undercut
though.
themselves?
Here's the thing. Yeah, exactly. The problem.
Well, don't preach it.
The problem is they don't really preach it anymore. First of all, but Jarron, you're like. Your argument right now is basically like someone who loves a sports team and their sports team is winning, and then someone comes up to him and says, "You shouldn't love that sports team because it wins too much."
It's not fair. They've won the Super Bowl the last 8 times.
It's like people that
No,
get mad
it's
at
nothing like
Patriots.
that.
It's like people that get mad at Patriots fans because they win all the time.
Right.
You know, although the argument is to like
No, what I'm saying is it's an open web. And try to keep it open.
So what I guess what I'm saying is you're never going to convince a fan that their team is bad when their team is winning.
Right.
Is what I'm saying.
You're never gonna get somebody to come up and be like, Michael Jordan should start sucking to give everybody else a chance. Like that's just not. I mean, I get the preaching part of it, where they're like,
I'm not saying you're wrong,
where they shouldn't preach. I
but
guess
I'm
the
saying
hypocritical part.
I don't have anything to say against you because I use Chrome and I like all the Google stuff.
I waded into a sports analogy, and I feel like I went over my head.
Michael Jordan, you should suck more.
Oh crap! No, I agree. I agree. The market share is kind of crazy, but I can't tell the company to start sucking just so that other companies can.
No, I'm not saying.
The only way around.
I'm not saying that they suck.
Why do you hate companies?
The problem is that they are doing so well that it's really creating a problem.
This is how. I guess this is kind of how Apple, non-Apple people feel about.
You
the
guys
Apple
are winning
ecosystem
too
sometimes.
hard.
Yeah. In this way, there's no way to tell them to like. I mean,
the problem here is it's an open ecosystem. It's not closed like Microsoft.
What could they
like
do?
Apple.
The only way to get around this would be education.
Yeah.
Firefox and
or
Edge
regulation.
And well, I guess
nobody wants that.
No.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
It's education.
This is capitalism, right?
Someone needs to. If Firefox wants more market share, they need to get
out there
more and advertise more. And if it comes down to, they need to talk to developers and say, "Look, develop for us and give some incentives."
Yep.
Then that's the only way they're going to get more market share back.
The thing that makes me the most angry is that Google is developing specifically for Chrome and no other browsers.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what makes me
Google
mad.
does that for sure.
Yeah.
But they're promoting their own product.
That's
I can't
the
see why.
yeah,
I can't see why they wouldn't.
Yeah.
I guess what's the alternative? I mean, they care about that. I understand your point about hypocrite because they say that they support an open and
they should definitely
level web. But
I saw in an article they should definitely change their motto from "Don't be evil" to "Be kind of evil."
Yeah.
Because they are kind of evil.
Yeah.
Be evil when it benefits your
exactly. But anyway, I like my Chrome. I use it.
I have a Google
sorry,
phone.
Jared.
I have the Google Pixel, and I absolutely love the integration. So
unfortunately, I'm back on Chrome because Firefox kept on crashing on me. I think
but it's so good.
No, I think it's our stupid corporate software that's Because
Probably.
Office keeps crashing on me too, and I can't do anything about it.
Too
Do
advanced.
you have Office 365?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we use.
We have horrible corporate overlord software on our machines. And I think it causes a lot of things to crash.
I will not disagree.
Gives you more access to the higher ups, though.
All right. I think we're all done.
I'll save my stuff for
Yeah,
next week
we
because
got
I have some. Those are some interesting stories, but we'll hit them up.
and they're
next
not
time.
super timely,
No.
so they're kind of a little bit evergreen. So
I only just want to throw out there because I don't know what the price is, but the glass. That's the only one I want to talk about still is the Microsoft Glass thermostat.
$319.
$319
For
Can
a
you believe that?
thermostat?
Yeah.
It's
That thermostat better,
overpriced.
like,
It looks
get a
beautiful.
job
though.
or something.
I don't like it.
You don't like
it?
It doesn't look like a thermostat. It looks like some sci-fi prop.
It
That's
looks
why
like-
I like it.
It looks like what's the chick from Iron Man?
Yeah, it looks like
It looks like his thermostat. It looks like his sound control. Jarvis.
Jarvis.
Yeah, Jarvis. It looks like
Or
Jarvis.
I guess now it's Friday.
Jarvis
Friday.
is a chick.
Well, now
Wait, what's
his
it called?
AI is a
Microsoft
chick.
Glass?
Glass,
Yeah.
GLAS. It looks really cool.
It's a
The
thermostat.
It's got some cool stuff about it. Like it can tell you the air quality inside and outside your house.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't.
You don't like this chair?
It's also got the built-in voice. So
I don't like the look of it.
I
No.
think it looks so cool.
the guy that wrote the article said, "Look, if you're getting it for a thermostat, it's way overpriced because Nest does this and more
Yeah.
thermostat-wise. But if you want it for a home voice assistant as well, it's actually worth it.
You know,
if you
what
can
these,
find them.
you know
Yeah.
what these UIs need is like, so I'm looking at it right now. It just looks like something you'd see like right out of Halo, right?
I was
Yeah,
going to say, it
seriously.
looks like it stepped out of like
They need-
Halo
they need to-
or Black Mirror. Ugh.
Yeah. So, hey, let's go back around to that because I actually want to talk about Black Mirror in just a second. But it looks like, you know what these companies need to do is they need to start integrating like a face behind their UI. Put like a Cortana or somebody that you
it's
can
too
actually
awkward.
talk to.
The Uncanny Valley is just too
Yeah.
awkward still. Like,
Well, I-
Someday
embrace
down
it,
the
though.
road, it could be cool.
Yeah, but like I would love to have like your personal assistant come up. There's a lot of facial recognition that's coming out right now, so
Right.
it welcomes you as you come home.
And the
Right.
way they could get around that right now is don't go for hyper realistic.
Yeah,
go
that's
for
true.
a cartoon looking.
yeah,
Yeah,
like a
that's true.
Cortana type thing where
Yeah.
it's just like all. Yeah, but
Blue.
so
Digital-
right now, like the
digital
big
nudity.
game to play is Trivia HQ, and dude, that looks like it's straight out of Black Mirror.
Does it?
I tweeted that out the other day. I took a picture of like doing the thing, and if you don't know what it is, it's basically a trivia game that only takes place twice a day. And here in Mountain Standard Time, it's at 1 o'clock and at 7 o'clock. And then basically you're playing for real money. It's just a trivia game that's 12 questions. If you answer a question wrong, you get eliminated, but it's live. But it looks like it's straight up Black Mirror. But
I like trivia and Black Mirror.
you should.
I'll have to get
Should
on
look
that.
the
I
game
think.
up.
Yeah.
I want to get. I think I want to get it. I want to get the
Trivia
glass.
HQ? The Cortana
I think the
thermostat?
glass. Because I need more Halo in my life, and I'll reach out at anything. I'm like
Reach. I get it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah.
Hey, do you
So-
want to ask me about my day,
Yeah. No.
guys?
What about your day, James?
No, that's what you would say.
Oh yeah. No, I need more. I need more Halo, and I'll take anything I can get.
I'll send you an invite.
I do the same thing with George R. R. Martin books and Dresden, even though I hate George R. R. Martin.
Oh, I want more Dresden
Anyway,
so bad.
So bad.
All right. All right.
Anyway,
Do you actually read their books? His books, George R. R.
they're
Martin.
way better. They were.
Do you
way
read them
better.
or do you listen to them?
I read them originally.
What?
Yeah, and then
That's
listen.
probably why you're so smart.
No.
It's like reading the Bible. Freaking long.
Anyway.
All righty. I think we're all done for this episode.
Yeah.
We appreciate you downloading and listening to the end. Those of you that made it.
Yeah,
Woo!
buddy.
And Jarron, you all right there?
Huh?
Hey,
He's low. He spent all his energy getting mad about.
I told
Chrome.
you to have one of this.
I was
delicious-
using Chrome and it used up all my RAM
Oh.
internally in my body. So.
This
It
V8
just-
energy will replenish your RAM.
It burned him out. Do you see the energy loss after he was
Yeah.
so passionate about and then he was just like, that's all I had. Mm.
All right, that's it. We're out. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Owen, finish
Hey.
us off.
We hope you care.